Now going over to the political part of the podcast, you have Alex Jones to sue the CIA and FBI for civil rights violations. Now this comes to us thanks to Benny Johnson, and he says, quote, bombshell, Alex Jones confirms he will sue the FBI and CIA after a CIA agent admitted agency targeted Jones to destroy his career. Quote, I'm planning on launching a lawsuit against the CIA and FBI. I've retained firms to sue for civil rights violations, government racketeering operation, unquote. And this is from Alex Jones. And it's only about 3 minutes long via Benny Johnson and Alex Jones. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and play that really quick.
FBI agent, a CIA boss. He's a contract manager over large contract operations. That's a boss. That's like a mini section chief saying all of this and admitting all of this like it's no big deal. He needs to be subpoenaed by Congress. I am planning to launch a lawsuit against the CIA and the FBI. We have to bring all this out. And right as my bankruptcy comes to a close and right as all this stuff's being finalized, it's really God working here that this came out at this time.
You just said you were planning on suing the federal government. What would a Alex Jones versus the U.S. government look like?
Well, I'm talking to different law firms right now that specialize in this. In fact, when I get off the feed with you, I'm going to get back on the phone with the lawyers. It's obviously a civil rights violation. It's a government racketeering operation using cutouts. And look, I mean, they come after my mother, my father, my wife. In these mediations, they've said, listen, just come out against the Second Amendment and we'll drop all this. I mean, they've done that repeatedly. They've even said, listen, we're a mafia and there's nothing you can do to stop us, to my face, in front of my lawyer, in front of Norm Pattis. And so they're very arrogant. I mean, these are the sellouts. These are the traitors. These are the people that really love being under the corrupt FBI's wings, under the CIA's wings. They get a thrill. They get to go out and persecute fellow Americans, lie about them, say all these horrible things, and then say you said it, steal your identity, silence you so they can all pile in on you, make movies about themselves with judges and flash bulbs, and oh, we're so great. We went out and got the big Goliath. No, you guys are the Goliath. I'm the David. You misrepresented what I did to make me a monster, and it's backfired.
So when you say you're going to file a civil rights lawsuit against the government over this, this is something you've clearly talked about. You've retained counsel on this. Would you go on First Amendment grounds that they eliminated your right to free speech, that the right to a free press? And it seems like so much of what you do is, of course, crystallized in the First Amendment first for a reason.
I've been talking to 4 different law firms, and I'm literally supposed to be on with one of them 5 minutes ago. I will come back with you tomorrow, or I'll come back with you today. I love your show. It's huge. But absolutely, I've got to get the wheels on this thing rolling. And we've got a lot of options. But again, it's not for me. It's about to put it out in court and show the evidence and then drag them out in the light with discovery and show what they've really done. And it's about congressional hearings, and it's about stopping these rogue agencies that have become domestic KGB operations. And if Elon Musk wants to help me, I know he's been backing a lot of lawsuits, out there for freedom. I would love to see the truth came out, because when I told him in that 2.5-hour interview we did 3-4 months ago with Mario Nawfal, he said he wanted to hear, the long story. So I told him, I talked like 10 minutes telling him the truth about what happened. And the PR firms, he goes, oh, yes, the PR firms, which is the intelligence agency's mouthpieces, and how they did all that, how they created this Alex Jones that didn't exist, and then had a show trial. And then the very same law firm suing me, or that sued me, is the one suing Elon Musk. So that's also a wake-up call for Elon.
So it'll be interesting to see the ultimate David versus Goliath. I mean, Alex Jones has not even a fraction of the resource allocation that the U.S. government has. And it went viral, to say the least. It got 1 million views and 37,000 likes. I can't help but think, if Alex Jones, and again, they won't actually allow it on the platform like GoFundMe, I'm pretty sure they are pretty biased, but if you were to try to raise funds for that lawsuit, how many people would throw in a couple bucks just to help fuel that fight? I can't help but imagine it'd be pretty substantial. And again, we've had, thanks to the Twitter files, thanks to Elon to release them, we have specific instances where the U.S. government did force social media companies to censor millions of Americans against a blatant violation of the First Amendment. And so far, we've seen pretty much no recourse. Have you heard of anyone in the U.S. government getting fired lately for being that morally vacuous and breaking the law? I haven't yet. Maybe someday they'll be held accountable for their actions. I wouldn't put the odds high. But going to the comments, let's see what are the top ones. Yeah, Paul Zazupa saying, quote, sue them into oblivion, Alex. Do it, getting 222 likes. Dr. A.T. Seek Nick says, quote, Alex Jones is not suicidal. Code 187, getting 191 likes. Jason says, quote, I support Alex Jones 100%, getting 139 likes. Olin Musk Global says, quote, it's happening. And someone with a little hand gesture like that says, close. It says, how close humanity is to understanding their governments are just organized criminals, unquote, getting 187 likes. Wall Street Apes says, quote, not only do they need to be sued, but both the FBI and CIA need to be abolished. Neither agency serve their intended purposes anymore. We need to prosecute those in charge and create new solutions with America First oversight that strictly adhere to the Constitution, unquote. Getting 523 likes. Scrolling down more and more. You have Grumpy saying, not a fan of Alex Jones, but I hope he gets $1 billion from the government, getting 84 likes. General TM says, quote, more reason to break up these agencies, getting 64 likes. Jake Hansen says, quote, Benny's bombshells are never bombshells, unquote, getting 45 likes. Which, interesting enough, 8 people did respond to that. I wonder what they're insinuating. Let's see here. Maybe they're saying because it was a day late or something? Scrolling down more and more, you got, let's see. Evan Dreyer saying, quote, hope he gets 500 million out of them, getting 16 likes. Deb says they should be in prison for this. Unfortunately, the taxpayers will pay, unquote, getting 16 likes. Let's see. Scotty says defund the CIA and FBI, getting 24 likes. And overwhelming support. Let's see here. Gavin. No. Let's see. Let's see. Kurt Reynolds says, quote, I bet the entire government is shaking their boots, unquote, getting 16 likes, which probably not. Again, the resource allocation, the government has seemingly unlimited. I'm sure they're not too worried. Mr. Dan says 100%, getting 11 likes. Let's see here. Bam says, quote, I'm sure him calling Sandy Hook a psyop did more to destroy his career than the CIA could have ever done, getting 59 likes. Which, again, that's when he thought there was a conspiracy where he thought Sandy Hook was perpetrated by the government in a ruse or a justification to take Americans' guns away, which the government has exploited bad. They always seem to exploit bad things to push their agendas, especially politicians. So as soon as something bad happens, they say, oh yeah, vote for me and I'll fix it with this new law. Which never really does. Now, Alex is insinuating that they actually caused the event and their parents were actors. And it turned out that was the wrong call. Now, the parents turned around and sued him for over like $1 billion, with the lawyer specifically saying they were doing it to show a message. So one man, I think the total coverage on Sandy Hook from Alex Jones is like 28 minutes long, and he sued him for the GDP of most countries. For 28 minutes of conspiracy theories? I still kind of goes to show you how the First Amendment is being whittled away, which I always tell people Alex Jones is a perfect example to use. If you ask someone, do they believe in the First Amendment, good litmus test is Alex Jones. If they say Alex Jones deserves free speech, they're probably a true patriot American. Because again, there are a lot of things Alex Jones says that I definitely don't agree with, and some I think are crazy outliers. Though it's quite concerning when some of the things he says turns out to be true. So there's instances where, like the Founding Fathers, I may not agree with what someone is saying, but I'll fight to the death for the right to say it. So I always tell people, no, I don't agree with what Alex Jones says all the time. But do I think he deserves to have his voice heard? 110%. So it makes America great. Or used to. And hopefully will again, as more and more people, I hope, start to realize the importance of the First Amendment. So it looks like overwhelming support. And again, it'll be fascinating to see, does the judge just simply throw out the case? I mean, what does this happen when the tires hit the pavement? Do you think he really stands a chance of winning? Will they just win and give him like a 1 penny award, which, I mean, legal systems have done with other types of other lawsuits? Let me know. It'll be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leave us a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.